Good, happy Thursday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Thursday evening edition of Politics with Riley King. Let's begin. First up, Gillibrand says she would restore moral leadership on world stage if elected. New York Senator answers questions from New Hampshire voters. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
In conversation with the candidate, New Hampshire voters asked Kirsten Gillibrand what she would do as president to address the nation's massive student loan debt.
There's now more student loan debt than credit card debt, car debt, healthcare debt.
I don't think the federal government should be making money off the backs of our students. And most student debt is federal debt. So I would automatically refinance all federal debt at the lowest rate for debt that's available for any other kind of debt.
The New York senator says she would clean house on President Trump's approach to foreign policy.
After I Clorox the Oval Office, my second presidential act will be to restore our moral leadership on the world stage.
Gillibrand was the first senator to call for her former colleague, Al Franken, to resign after he faced multiple allegations of groping and improper behavior.
Looking back on that situation and reflecting, is there anything that you would have changed about how you would have handled that?
No. Most people don't know the facts around what happened. Senator Franken had 8 credible allegations against him, 2 since he was senator, and the 8th one was a congressional staffer. And I had a decision to make whether I was going to continue to stay silent and defend him and carry his water, or say what I believe, that it's not okay.
The undecided voters in this town hall who hadn't seen Gillibrand in person say she makes it clear where she stands.
I think she was very interesting. She gave good answers, complete answers. When you asked a question, you understood where she was coming from.
I think she's very articulate. She's had a long history, and you could tell that she's been very thoughtful about the issue. These are not quick answers.
Adam Saxton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Bill allowing X-gender on licenses becomes law in New Hampshire. Law takes effect on January 1st. New Hampshire residents who don't want to identify as either male or female will soon be able to express that on their driver licenses. Republican Governor Chris Sununu let a bill become law without his signature this week that would allow driver's licenses or non-driver identification cards to be marked M for male, F for female, or X for other. Sununu generally has been supportive of legislation addressing LGBTQ rights. Last year, he signed a bill that added gender identity to the state's anti-discrimination law and another that banned gay conversion therapy for minors. The driver license law will take effect on January 1st. Warner releases immigration plan that would represent significant U.S. shift. Plan calls for remodeling of ICE Border Patrol agents. Elizabeth Warren released a far-reaching immigration agenda on Thursday that envisioned a significant shift in U.S. policy, including the remodeling of immigration enforcement agencies from top to bottom, and new limits on the detention of migrants who enter the country. And if you want to read more about this, we will have a link for you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. State Senator Dan Phelps says he's strongly considering run for governor. Democratic Senate Majority Leader Concord resident actively exploring candidacy. State Senate Majority Leader Dan Phelps announced Thursday he is strongly considering running for governor in the 2020 election, becoming the second Democrat to make a serious move toward a challenge to Republican Governor Chris Sununu. Phelps joined Executive Counselor Andrew Levinsky in actively exploring a run. Levinsky announced the formation of a 175-member exploratory committee on July 2nd. Phelps, 40 of Concord, did not go quite that far, but he wrote in a Medium post that he and his wife Erin are strongly considering a candidacy and will make a final decision at the end of the summer. He described his background as a legal aid attorney representing low and middle income Granite Staters, as well as seniors and veterans, often up against big burnissery and big corporations. He was elected to the Senate in 2014 and has been reelected twice, and with Democrats winning control of the Senate in 2018, Phelps was named Majority Leader. Phelps laid out a potential agenda for a campaign. He cited a need to address what he called crisis in child protection, opiate addiction, mental health, drinking water, affordable housing, education, funding, attracting and retaining a skilled workforce, and climate change. He also took aim at Sununu. Later Thursday, the New Hampshire Republican Party responded to Phelps' announcement with criticism. Phelps, in an interview following the release of his written statement, told WMUR political director Adam Sexton that his decision on whether to run will not be affected by other Democrats who may get into the race. Phelps also released comments from several supporters. Walensky and Phelps are not the only Democrats considering running for governor. Kelly has not ruled out a candidacy, while former Portsmouth Mayor Steve Marchand has also expressed interest in a third consecutive bid. A Democrat Party primary would be held in September 2020, with the general election 2 months later. Sununu announced in May that he will seek a third term as governor. He decided against running for the U.S. Senate. Sanders' New Hampshire campaign says staff now at 45, new field offices opening. Senator Bernie Sanders' New Hampshire campaign has its staff has grown to 45 people, and that it is about to open several field offices throughout the state. Trump announces end of fight to add citizenship question to census. President Donald Trump announced Thursday he is backing down from his efforts to include a citizenship question on the 2020 census and will instead take executive action that instructs the Commerce Department to obtain an estimate of U.S. citizenship through other means. And that does it for this Thursday evening edition of Politics with Riley King. I hope you all enjoyed this Thursday evening edition of Politics with Riley King. I'll see you back here tomorrow for another edition of Politics with Riley King. Good night, everyone, and bye.